Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and this is my review for the haves and the have-nots. So we are season 4, episode 8, titled Unexpected Visitors. I couldn't quite place why they called it that, because who came to visit unexpectedly? There was definitely a lot of unexpected stuff happen. I mean, I guess Benny showing up to the polling place, that was kind of unexpected. And I would say that the social worker showing up was unexpected, but they invited her there. So anyway, wasn't 100% sure about the title, but that's what it's called. So we go right where we left off, y'all. Candace and her homegirl, what's her name? Monica or something like that, beating up the social worker, y'all. And I don't know, okay, first of all, size don't mean you can't fight, because there's some real skinny girls I know who could squab. And then there's a lot of heavyset girls who really can't fight. But I just was like, dang, like, I just felt like she could take them. But hey, maybe I couldn't beat up 2 skinny girls either. Maybe I think that in my head. But I was just like, man, I would just sit on them or run. I don't know. But whatever, y'all. The social worker got beat up, y'all. So then after they beat her up, they were like, are you ready to talk? Because, you know, they think that she knows about Oscar. So the social worker surprisingly was like, yeah, I'm ready to talk. Oscar paid me $25,000 just to say that I needed to prove you got money in the bank. So I didn't get that, y'all. Was she lying? Or like just to say so, let me just tell them something so they'll stop beating me up? Or is that true? But clearly she really is a social worker. So I don't know, y'all. I just couldn't place if she was telling the truth or if you know, that she just said that to try to get out of there. But anyway, Candace was like, look, yeah, I need you to give me $100,000 and you got 6 hours. And she was like, oh, I can try, but we'll see. And then she's like, no, you better. So they just pretty much let her go. It don't really seem like she'll get the money, but we'll see. So Candace and her homegirl all drinking wine. Candace all shook up and yada, yada, yada. And the girl telling her, like, what's the deal? And she just kind of cried a little bit. Like, dang, I almost had everything. And now it's taken from me. And now war is after me. So there's a lot going on. So Brandon goes to tell David that Maggie was the one who hired the paparazzi to take photos of Veronica. And basically now David has proof that it is Benny who Veronica is sleeping with it. So Brandon is on it, or Brandon/Oscar. He finding out his little dirt. I wonder how he found that out. Oh, I guess, and then the photographer was like, oh, don't tell, because I like Maggie to think I'm like her favorite or whatever, or that she's my special client or whatever. So boo for Maggie again, for me anyway. So Brandon was like, oh, Veronica been cheating since she got Benny out of jail. And then David was just like, all right. So he didn't ask no more questions. Like, so I think Veronica mentioned to David that she bailed Benny out of jail. So maybe he knows today, but I was just so surprised. But maybe as a man, he not going to ask 50-11 questions like that. All he needs is the 100% official proof it was her and he was cheating. And I guess that's all he needs to know. But I would have been like, what day was this picture taken? And I would have tried to get all the information I could from Brandon/Oscar since I paid him anyway. But, you know, different mentality. But hey, David was just like, all right, y'all. So next thing you know, here come Catherine, y'all. Catherine got her girdle back, and now she running the streets trying to help her little cheating husband. And she's trying to get David to help get Veronica out and just figure out a whole bunch of stuff. Why no other judges wouldn't help, but nobody is here for helping Catherine. David won't help. Maggie won't help. Maggie even told Catherine, you should distance yourself. And she was like, you don't know my power. I guess I'm going to help my man by myself. And I'm here for y'all. I know that Jim ain't no good, but I do understand that when you have been married for a long time and you got a united front, like, you still have to put that front up despite, you know, what the side issues are. If you're not divorced, you still together, to me. So y'all either do what married couples do in the midst of all your storms you're going through, or just break up. You know, so to me, Catherine, you know, clearly hates him, but she's like, I'm not going to let my husband stay in jail. And I would be the same way. Like, honestly, and I would expect my husband to do the same thing. We could have had a fight the night before and I went to jail. He better come get me out. So the banker calls Catherine, and Catherine cuts out the banker. Look, I don't have time. You've been calling me all day. I'm busy. Can't you see the news? I'll call you later. So Catherine didn't get to talk to this banker, y'all. By the way, I never realized how short Catherine was. Standing next to David and Maggie, I was just like, dang, she's tiny. So the banker. So, of course, instantly my first thought was like, oh, he calling to tell about the money. But, you know, Catherine hung up on him. Next scene, the DA, Lisa McDowell, a.k.a. Jennifer, a.k.a. She had a third name, but I forgot. She calls the banker like, hey, banker, did you get the forms signed from the judge to give Wyatt the $12 million? And the banker was like, yeah, I did get it. I got your call, but, you know, Wyatt is on drugs. And she was like, are you a therapist? Like, that's none of your business. He was like, well, I'm a family friend. And, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to let you know what's up. And she was like, well, whatever. You need to follow the court order. Give Wyatt the money. He coming by today. And that's it. That's all. So it looks like Wyatt about to get this money, y'all. So back at the house, like I said, her friend Erica and Candace, you know, they're all just talking and still plotting, because even Erica was like, that girl ain't gonna get that money. Like, you need to come up with a new plan. So they kind of trying to come up with stuff. And Erica tells Candace that the professor got shot. It didn't even dawn on me that Candace never knew that. So yeah. So now Candace is real bad spot. She was like, dang, that professor was supposed to write me a letter of recommendation to take the bar early. Now I'm not going to be able to be a lawyer for 2 more years. And, you know, I had all this money, then I lost it. Now war is after me. So she just kind of sad. And I'm kind of sad for her. Poor Candace. But, you know, her mama been telling her all money ain't good money, which is funny because that's what she said. Maybe my mama was right. I always get myself in these situations. Apparently, Erica daddy is a preacher. I was like, oh, how two quote unquote preacher kids end up just being like the little swindlers of the neighborhood. But apparently Ward has scratched up a few of the homegirls. So now Candace and Erica trying to figure out what to do. Should they mortgage the 2 houses? I don't know, go hem up Landon. So they just trying to press and hope old girl come back with at least $100 to give War a little something. So we'll see. I'm like, dang, War, you just be messing up homegirls like that? By the way, Candace has some nice sequence pillows on the bed. I like that pillow. So anyway, y'all, we back at the jail cell, y'all. Jim looking real gruff to only be in there for 2 days, but whatever. So Catherine comes back, y'all. She still got on the same outfit that she had when she went to jail. I'm like, okay, first of all, I know y'all are rich, but you couldn't stop at Walgreens real quick and get you a little cheap shirt, or because I know you musty. You ain't, them titties is pretty big, girl, and you been in there 2 days and didn't take no bath. Like, I understand, like, maybe she feel like, oh, well, I can afford to go to Neiman's after this or something like that. But hey, you can get you a little $5 shirt from Arco. Sometimes these little gas stations be selling little stuff. Because even her friends like, dang, I thought you would have changed by now. But, you know, Veronica ain't got no hood. At least Catherine trying to run around and get them out. That's why she ain't changed. But whatever. So Catherine brings some rookie lawyer because they can't find any real lawyer homies to help them out. And Veronica was like, oh, no, thanks. I'll represent myself. I didn't beat you so many times in court. Like, I'll represent myself. And the lawyer tried to tell her that wasn't a good idea. But whatever. Veronica not having it. So Wyatt goes to the DA and the DA gives him the paper like, it's official. Your mother's out. Your dad's little hearing is today. So while they're doing that, you need to go get the money from the banker and you're good to go. And that's that. So Wyatt is all excited and was like, I won't let you down. I will be here to, you know, testify, yada, yada, yada. And then Wyatt gives the DA a kiss on the cheek. And I was just like, that was so unrealistic. Like, no DA will let you kiss them that I could think of. So I was like, I know she did him a favor, and I know, like, you know, it's more like an older person helping a younger person, but I was like, I just don't think that would fly, especially like you helping them in the witness protection program. Like, ain't no kissing involved, even though it was like platonic, but still. So anyway, David shows up to the mansion, y'all. Hannah just sitting at the little kitchen island with a stank look on her face, the kitchen all dirty. David walk in like, what happened here? And Hannah was like, Wyatt. And then he was like, you're not going to clean it up? And she was like, nope. And I was laughing. But I was like, why are you sitting there? And why wouldn't you clean it up? Because you came there to do your job. But then I see that Hannah got an attitude because Now she officially knows that Wyatt ran over her son and killed the little black girl. So she just waiting on her check. I was like, I mean, I get it, y'all. And you know how we are about our checks and our money. Like, run me my money. I get it. But, and then we know that she in the bind, so she need the money. But I'm like, you can't have that stink of an attitude waiting in them people's house and then expect them to give you some money. Like, girl, bye. So anyway, David was like, you gonna be waiting for a long time. Like, I'm like, why won't people just tell her this girl that stays in jail and they not coming home? Like, geez, everybody keep beating around it because David was like, oh, you gonna be waiting for a long time. And she was like, whatever, I'll wait. I just came to get my check. And that was that or whatever. So David was like, actually, I came here to see you because I wanted to talk to your son or whatever. And before he could even get to that, David was like, Hannah finally blurted it out. Like, yeah, you know, I don't like your kind. I know that Wyatt hit my son and you and the criers helped cover it up. I don't like your kind. I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Yada, yada, yada. And David was like, well, whatever. That's, Wyatt or Jim or my client. I'm not at liberty to discuss that or whatever. I came here to talk to you about your son. And she was like, oh, well, just how you not at liberty to discuss that then I'm not at liberty to discuss my son. I was like, go ahead, Hannah, even though, you know, I think you kind of foolish for sitting there waiting on your check. Yeah. So she was like, I know you think I'm a dumb maid, but you a liar and the truth ain't in you. I was like, oh my God. I was like, that is such a Christian way to cuss people out. I probably said this before, but I cannot think of this comic name, but he used to say this joke about how old people or Christian people know how to cuss you out without saying one cuss word, and they make you feel so bad. He was like, his aunt or his mama used to say something like, you ain't nothing but a liar, a cheat, and a thief. Your feet stink and you don't know Jesus. And you'd be like, what? I don't know Jesus? This reminded me of that. She was like, you ain't nothing but a liar and the truth ain't in you. I was like, go ahead. And then David said something like, yeah, your son. Oh, Hannah was like, yeah, go ask your wife. And David was like, yeah, your son said that too. And Hannah was like, dang, he said that. I know I taught him better than that. And it was a long pause or whatever. So it looked like she was about to get on David's side or whatever. And then Hannah was like, he should have said, go ask your lying, trifling ass wife. And I thought it was so funny that my spell check highlighted trifling. I'm like, I thought that was a real word. I mean, I know it is. So I don't know. Anyway. So that was that. That was funny. So that was that, y'all. So after David left, he immediately called Oscar and was like, yeah, forward all of Benny's calls to another towing yard. Like, I'm not playing with him or his mama. It's about to go down. So Wyatt all chilling at the hotel with his homie. He got all his coke. The hotel room looks nice. He just ordered a $3 million condo. I was like, that is so silly. First of all, you're in Atlanta. Like, you could have bought a house, a bomb house for $3 million. Like I would never spend $3 million on a condo anywhere ever. Like, that's just dumb to me. But, you know, he a crackhead, so I get it. So back at the court, y'all, Jim did not get any bail. Lisa McDowell presented a good side for the defense. And like I said, all the lawyer homies, like, it's good on David. So the lawyer was like, no bail. And then Jim started flipping out, talking about what, and called him by his first name too. Like, hey, homie, like, you're not going to let me out. What's up with that? And then the judge was like, oh, well, how about I give you even 30 more days for yelling? And so Jim is pissed off, y'all. He like mad about it, y'all. So I was like, I don't know why it was funny just seeing the judge do that to Jim, especially adding that 30 more days. Like, whatever else you gonna get sentenced for, 30 more days on top of that. I was like, So anyway, y'all, Veronica come in there cool, calm, and collected. Now, I don't know why all the other prisoners was all sitting in the jury stand, but for Veronica and Jim, they brought them out walking. Why was that? So I don't know. But, I guess I can get why, because not that I'm a jail expert, but Jim and Veronica still had on their clothes, and they literally came from the holding cell to court. Those other prisoners, they had on a jumpsuit, so clearly they were already processed and serving time. So And they probably took the bus from like the real jail there. So I guess, but whatever. Veronica gets herself off, y'all. She was like, look, yes, I knew about the car, but I am an attorney. I was representing my client, so I am not at liberty to share. And then the judge agreed, like, all right, you can go. And then, of course, Lisa McDowell was, but Your Honor, I was like, oh, you little thirsty heifer. You keep all whining. I just don't like how you acting right now. So the judge told her, look, Lisa McDowell, like, what she's saying is true. You can fight that when you get to the big trial. But for now, she can go. And they actually just let her walk out, or whatever. So I thought that was cool. And then, of course, Veronica gonna pass by her and wink at her. So Mike, Benny's homie, is all at the tow yard. Ain't nobody calling. And he all pissed. So when Benny come, he's like, what's going on? Why ain't nobody calling? Ever since that judge came down here to see about you, ain't nobody been calling. So they check the phones and make sure it's working, but they phone's not working or whatever. So, Benny decides to go find David. And of course, he did not tell Mike anything. Because Mike said something like, last thing I saw you with a shovel and some lime. I was like, Mike, keep throwing it out there. Mike, you better calm down. He told you like twice to fall back. Stop asking. So anyway, we back at the campaign office, y'all. Maggie crying. I don't care. Cry, girl. Yeah, you got played. You all falling over this man. And he told you he didn't want you the first place. You kept pressing. And you got some sex, and now he still don't like you. So I don't know. I kind of feel like aha a little bit. And even David, he walked up because Landon came to console Maggie, giving her tissue or whatever, like, oh, it's okay, da 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 da. And Maggie's like, no, it's not okay. I shouldn't have did that. David walked up, was like, yeah, you shouldn't have did that. He scared me. I was like, dang. So anyway, she couldn't even plead her case because in walks Benny. And of course, Maggie gonna be like, Benjamin Young? I was like, you gonna use his whole government? Like, how foolish. And I don't know, are y'all that good that you could see somebody picture once from the side and then recognize them? I mean, I guess that's her field, politics, law. Like, you are supposed to be able to recognize a criminal, but I just can't do face recognition like that. That's why I was like, I hope they'll never call me in to witness something, because I would not want to put the wrong person in jail. So unless it was like something real bad, like I would rather just say, I don't know, than to pick the wrong person. But anyway, clearly Maggie knew that there was Benjamin Young. So then they all looked around and Benjamin was like, hey, David, let me talk to you. They go in David's office and Benjamin comes clean, y'all. He was like, I only had sex with you once. And then he was like, oh, well, maybe a few times. I was rolling. I was like, you didn't even have to say all that, Benny. But he could have, and then he was like, she came on to me. I don't want your wife. But he could have just said that. Like, hey, your wife came on to me. I don't really want her. Can you just put my phone back on? And David said something like, oh, you need to, let me know some more stuff or else the phone is going to be least of your worries. Y'all, Benny got pissed. And remember earlier, Candace told her homegirl, when Benny get mad, he ain't got no barriers or whatever. So I was like, uh-oh. So Benny was like, do not threaten me. I was like, okay, don't threaten Benny. And then Benny made some comment like, I roll your old ass up or something. And then David walked up on him and choked Benny like, oh, I'll break your neck. It was going down. I was like, oh. So next thing you know, Landon busts in the office and was like, hey, mind you, Landon didn't even comment on the fight. He was like, hey, David, your wife just got out. So David just let go of Benny and ran. So Benny didn't get his phone back on, y'all. Benny hollered behind him like, hey, but whatever. So I thought it was funny, too, when Benny walked by Landon. Landon was just like, I ain't got no problems. I was like, Landon is funny. But anyway, y'all, that was pretty much it. We didn't get much of a fight, but I was wondering who would win, because now that I know David got a six-pack, I was like, I don't know. I know Benny Young, but sometimes those old dudes can hit you with the one-hitter quitter. So I don't know, y'all. So that was that. It was a pretty good episode. So we'll see. We'll see if the social worker can get this money for Candace. And I just really want to know if she was telling the truth or not, on if she really know Oscar or not. And so that was pretty much it. I don't know how much longer Hannah gonna sit in this empty house, but I don't know. I would have grabbed me a crystal jar to go pawn it and call it a day or something, but whatever. We'll see, you guys. So the previews look good. that down low suspicious cop that almost molested Jeffrey, him and Jeffrey have a little scuffle and he pull a gun on Jeffrey. So that's gonna be interesting to see because it looked like they're in Candace's house. Quita and the homie go back to Candace's house and they find Q's phone. So we'll see what happened with that. And then we see that Quita ends up being in jail. So while Veronica is getting processed out, Quita is getting processed in. And she yelled like, "Hey, Veronica, I need you to help me out. I'm Quincy's sister." I was like, okay. So I don't know, you guys. So that was that. So this episode was good. Next episode looks real good too. And then, you know, Candace thinks Landon had something to do with it. So this episode, Candace did call Landon to be like, "Hey, let's meet up." So next week we'll see what happens when they meet up. So that was it, you guys. That was the haves and the have-nots. You know what's up? Give me the thumbs up on this video. Go ahead and check me out on Twitter at TammyB_. All right, see you in the next review. Bye.